Alright folks, welcome back to yet another edition of Drunken Food with Puddin'. And as always, I'm your host, Puddin'. Tonight we have a little bit of a special meal in the sense of it's very different from the drunken food we have made in the past. I still think it'll be very delicious, and I'll get to that, what exactly the meal is here in just a second. I do want to say I have the always delicious Seagram 7 whiskey, very dear to my heart. We drank the share of this in high school because you used to get the handle of Seagram 7. It was a plastic jug. It fit behind the seat of a Dodge Dakota. And after you go up to Casey's, get a 44 ouncer, fill it halfway up. So, you know I usually don't mix my whiskeys with pop, but just there's something nostalgic about bringing back my 15 and 16-year-old self about a good 7 and 7. So, without further ado, mix just about, probably 3 ounces, give or take with about right at 3 or 4 ounces of that. And cheers to you. And when we come back, I'm going to get into why this meal is a specialty type meal. I'll put it to you that way. So, stay tuned and stay hydrated. Alright folks, welcome back to the Drunken Food Empire. I know I just mentioned the first scene here how this is going to be a unique specialty type meal, and I'm going to elaborate on that right now. We've had some acquaintances over the past, probably a year. Did it happen last year? Yeah. Alright, last year, we have some acquaintances ran into some medical issues, and therefore, as a family as a whole, they are treating themselves on a very, very low sodium restricted diet. I mean, very, very low. I will say this. We're going to try to match their sodium restrictions. I don't know if we're going to quite get there, but we're going to try. I will say this. I usually don't cook like this. I cook with oils and fats and grease and butter and salt and all kinds of good shit. So it's this is a learning curve for me as well. I will say this. We're going to get kind of close, I believe. But really, to be honest, what might screw us over a little bit on the sodium. And this is even half sodium. We have cream mushroom soup here. We're going to do seared pork chops in the cast iron, then fill the cream mushroom, bake it off, and then we're going to do smashed potatoes. You guys have probably seen them all over the internet. You boil them, you put them on a sheet, you smash the shit out of them, season them up, however, throw them in the oven. So I think we're going to be okay with the pork chops, even though per serving, I just seen this as well. There's 300 milligrams per serving of pork chop, 300 milligrams of sodium. Not very much sodium in these rolls, not much at all. Obviously, potatoes, you're good. There's very, very minimal in that. What really is going to kind of screw us up is the cream mushroom soup. And like I said, this is reduced by 52%, and it still had 410 milligrams of sodium per serving. And each one of them cans, it was like a 6 or 8 ounce can. That's 2.5 servings. It's a half cup serving is 410 milligrams of sodium. So we're going to be a little excessive, but as far as the meals I usually prepare, it's going to be pretty healthy sodium-wise anyway. So obviously can't use any salt per se, so we do have some garlic powder, some pepper, in the lovely world of Mrs. Dash. We got onion and herb, some good old spicy deliciousness that I love, and garlic and herb. And let me see how that goes. I've already got the oven preheated. I'm going to get this water boiling for the potatoes. And I hope this does bring a little bit of awareness, because you got to take care of yourself a little bit. I'll admit it, I don't. But this might maybe kickstart something in, well, I might have to, I don't know. Oh, also, for 4 ounces of 7-Up, there's like 12 or 13 milligrams of sodium, and there's no sodium in Seagram 7 whiskey. I don't think there's sodium in any whiskey, I don't know. Anyway, so, cheers to you, stick around, and we're going to get to cooking just here shortly. Alright folks, welcome back. And as I mentioned, we're attempting to do a very, very low sodium meal, but I ran over some numbers again during the break here. And yeah, we're not going to come close to these folks' standards that they do every single day. So, I want to say we're pretty fortunate, most of us in the YouTube community, at the Drunken Food Empire community, I'll put it to you that way. But as of now, I'm able to drink, eat, and do whatever I want, and extracurriculars, if you know what I'm saying. I can do whatever I want. And some folks that have had medical issues, I'm probably ripe for here in the next 15 years, whatever. But a very sodium restrictive diet is very hard and very bland. We've been in contact with these folks. Yeah, they mentioned how their food is usually very, very bland and very limited on what they can have, because obviously, so even this pork chop here, one pork chop, 300 milligrams of sodium without adding anything, cooking it, anything like that. So, and as I mentioned beforehand, I'm very, very new to this style of cooking, because I usually just throw in whatever I want. You've seen it, like salt this, salt that, hit Jesus and Moses with a wiffle ball bat, all that good shit. But we're attempting. We're turning over a new leaf in a way. Not really, but we're a new style of cooking for a night. We're doing it for a night. So, as you can see, I've got this skillet smoking effing hot. I'm going to sear these pork chops no more than like 45 seconds, minute aside, maybe. Then we're going to throw it in the oven for, well, we'll give or take probably 15-20 minutes in this cream of mushroom soup that we have all seasoned up with the Mrs. Dash stuff. So no salt. No salt. It's bad for this meal. Bad. So let's start doing that right now. We're going to throw the chops in. Just like that. Sear the shit out of them. And we do have about 1.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil in here, because we're not supposed to have too much fat. That's another thing. Not just sodium, the fat. So we're over by... It's a really, really hard diet to do. I mean, you can't hardly do shit. But, you know, folks do what they have to do. And you still have to eat, right? So we'll do it in 2 batches. So here in roughly about 20-30 seconds, I'll flip them. So just get a little sear. They're not going to be cooked in any way, shape, or form necessarily. And we got smashed potatoes. I think I mentioned, yeah. We got them going here. We're gonna get them finished up boiling, and I'll show you how we do them. We've got a little color on them. There, that's perfect on that one. I'm gonna go for just about another minute. Throw my cream mushroom. We'll wait a few seconds to make sure we can return some heat to the skillet, because obviously, you know, when you put cold product in, it brings the heat down of the skillet. So get that going here just directly. Then we'll take these off the boiling water. And actually, this meal's going to be pretty well set. That'll be all she wrote. As I do want to commend those fine folks for sticking by and sticking to a very low sodium lifestyle. I tell you what, it'd be very hard. It would be gay porn fucking hard. That's be terrible. For me, it just would. I mean, I think everyone in agreement with that. It wouldn't be fun. You should. Yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna get the rest of these chops seared up, so to speak, and then we'll kind of get going with the meal. Alright folks, now since we finished up the last scene, we got the chops all smothered in the delicious cream mushroom, and I added a little bit more of that garlic seasoning on top of it. Fill it in the oven for about 15 minutes, give or take. Now our potatoes, we boiled them for, you just gotta go by feel. When the knife or a fork kind of goes in and out, just nice and easy peasy. Take them out, obviously drain the water, let them sit for a little bit because they're hotter than shit, obviously, who would have thought. Then yeah, I just used just a bowl, and I just smashed them. Now these are not going to be traditional smashed potatoes, because traditional smashed potatoes I would have done a whole bunch of salt, all that delicious shit that unfortunately, you know, due to things and reasons, we're not going to be able to do tonight, because we're going to try to make this as heart healthy as possible. That's kind of the goal. Low sodium. So, but we still have some olive oil, some garlic seasoning, and some pepper. So, and actually give me 1 second. Does anyone know, does like cayenne pepper, any spicy stuff, does that have any sodium in it? I bet it.
I don't know, do you have any?
I think I do.
So check.
Stay with us, folks. Well, fuck, I did somewhere. Forget it. We'll think about it some other time. But anyway, so we're gonna throw a little bit of olive oil on there. 22 milligrams. Well, I don't have any goddamn cayenne, so I got screwed. But I do appreciate it. This lovely lady I'm sweet on, she, a woman, if you will, she looked it up. I do like her a lot, she's great. Anyway, we're on camera, you know, I can't say, you know. Alright, put a little fucking olive oil on these things. Drizzle. Nope, something like that. Fuck, maybe. Oh, you dirty bastard. I'll kind of rub it around, so to speak, just a little bit. Yeah, some of these coated a little bit more. That's alright. It's that. And yet, recently some of these things have decided to fall apart on me. Not a lot of them. So we'll do that. And season the shit out of them with the Mrs. Dash garlic and herb. And we'll throw some black pepper on there as well. These shirts turned out really well, actually. I mean, considering we're not going to have any cheese, salt, or any of that other, you know, deliciousness on there. My opinion on the matter. And the good thing about this, yeah, if you want to douse the whole thing with this whole tub, that's cool. We're going to do a little bit of onion. We got a little bit of onion herb. A little bit of this. Some black pepper. Call it a day. And then when these are about, they're going to go for, I would say, 30, 40 minutes at 350. And about, you know, halfway through, so yeah, we're going to do about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes on the chops. We'll throw them in last. So hopefully it'll be done sometime around the same. So, we got these in right now. Set that timer. We'll do the first time for about 20 minutes. And away we go. And, as always, stay tuned and stay hydrated. And you know what? Stay healthy, folks. Stay healthy. Cheers to you. Alright, folks, now we're just about ready for the final bite. We had the smashed potatoes going for about 40 minutes, give or take. And the cream mushroom with the chops are about 20, give or take. So, we have everything cut up. And I do want to say, as mentioned before, we did not meet that sodium restriction requirements. But per serving, I think we're about, including the Seagram 7-Up drink, we did 4 ounce of 7-Up with the whiskey. We're at about 730 milligrams, maybe 800 milligrams of sodium per the serving. But anyhow, we're going to do the final bite as shown here. We got those smashed potatoes, we got the pork chop, the whole shebang, dinner roll. But I do want to say it was really fun. It was a good challenge to attempt. We feel horribly, I will say that. Like I said, it was good to attempt and check out. Anyhow, so this is another episode of Drunken Food with Puddin'. And always stay hydrated, folks. Here we go. pretty fucking good though too. It really is. Even without salt, that shit's good. So try the potato as well. Might as well, right? Of course. Of course. Alright. That's another episode of Drunk Food with Pudding. As always, stay hydrated, and we're out.